In 1942, Shirley Chisholm graduated from Brooklyn Girls High and went on to attend Brooklyn College, where in 1946 she graduated cum laude. While in college, Shirley was on the debate team, and her professors encouraged her to consider working in politics. In 1951, Shirley earned a master's degree in early childhood education from Columbia University. She wanted to become the director of a child care center and a consultant for the New York City Bureau of Child Welfare.
What was Shirley like when she was younger?
Well, she was really into arguments. When we used to argue, she would win every time because she knows all the topics. Even with my parents, being adults, she would beat them every time because she stayed like in the present day topics and in the news. And we grew up in a tough neighborhood, so the toughness that we had growing up, I feel she's using now and running for politics, being a African American. So I feel that that's good for her, and it came from our childhood.
Let other speakers mince words and dodge the difficult. Shirley Chisholm set out as a skilled public speaker. She didn't so much speak in public as confront society verbally with its contradictions and inequalities. She wasn't anxious. Her diatribes had a calm knowing about them, but she was adamant. Chisholm applied those speaking skills in 1969 as a member of Congress, introducing the Equal Rights Amendment and reminding her fellow members, 5 paragraphs in, about the discrimination she faced herself.
What were the key factors of Shirley's views that made you believe she would have a successful political career?
Well, she was a natural-born leader. She was fierce. She never backed down from anybody. She was always looking to have an argument, because she was so good at debating. Along with other key factors, her main motivation was the advancement of African American community and their rights.
Hello, gentlemen. Mind if I ask some questions? So who are you going for in this year's New York legislation race?
Isn't it obvious? I'm going for Shirley Chisholm.
Seriously, why?
Because I agree with her political ideologies. She is fit for legislation, and it's time for change.
So how do you feel about her being the first African American legislation?
Like I said, we need some change, and I think she has very good ideas for change.
All right. See you later. Go Shirley.
What was your perspective on your sister beginning a career in politics, being an African-American woman?
At first, I was kind of skeptical, and I was worried for her safety because she was the first in the African-American community to run for office. But once I saw all these followers, supporting her, I gained confidence in her. I was proud. She's always my sister. I'm gonna love her always. God bless America.
In 1968, newly elected U.S. Representative Shirley Chisholm gives a victory sign on election night. In 1972, she was also the first woman and the first African American to seek the Democratic presidential nomination. Here she is, surrounded by campaign workers after winning her election in 1968 to the U.S. Congress.
I stand before you today as a candidate for the Democratic nomination for the presidency of the United States of America. I am not the candidate of Black America, although I am black and proud. I am not the candidate of the women's movement of this country, although I am a woman, and I'm equally proud of that. I am not the candidate of any political bosses or fat cats or special interests.